Assalamu alaikum, my dear friends. How are you? I welcome you on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, we the human beings, we are seen struggling and striving for so many of the things, for the achievement of so many things. And we are of the view that if at all I succeed in achieving that, I succeed in doing that, what is going to happen then? Either I will be protected from the pain, from the trouble, or I will become a happy person. Protecting ourselves from the pain and the trouble, that is the ultimate aim. Earlier, we want to achieve money, we want to do certain other thing. And in the same manner, if at all, as for the happiness is concerned, we want to achieve money, we want to do certain other thing for the purpose of being happy. So I think it is the happiness. It is the happiness which is the real aim behind all the struggle we are seen making, dear friends. I think that we need to also understand, if at all, that we are unable to become a happy person despite so much of the struggle, despite the fact that we have achieved certain thing, but still we are unhappy, still we are dissatisfied, and we are not satisfied with our lives. So I think then there is certain thing which need to be changed, which needs to be amended before we can expect for the happiness, for the satisfaction. I think this need to be researched upon, and much of the research is going on in the whole of the world. And out of that research, certain very good things appear, and those certain very good things are the need of mine, are the need of yours. Today, since we are going to talk about this subject, and we have come to know that there are nine things, these nine things, if at all we take care of all these nine things, we will become a happy person, and we will be far more satisfied person than we actually are at the moment. So what are those nine things? I think it is important for each one of us to know, for each one of us to understand, for each one of us to practice, because all of these nine things are really really important. So the first of these is not to seek the approval of the other people, because seeking the approval of the other people, that never allow us to become a happy person. Let go of the need for approval, let go of the need for approval, our insatiable need to be liked and approved, our insatiable need to be liked and approved by everyone. I think that is not good at all. Even the simplest task feel like a mountain. Why? Because we are seeking the approval of the other people, because we are seeking the approval, and we want to be liked by the people. Today is unfortunately the media age of social media. So we are looking for whatever, even if at all somebody has bought a new dress, they will like to wear, and will put the pictures on the social media, seeking the approval. Even I've seen, and you would have seen as well, whatever people are eating, they take a picture of it and put it on their Facebook and other Instagram and other social media apps, for the purpose of approval, for the purpose of being liked. I think this seeking the approval all the time, most of the time, and this desire, insatiable desire to be liked, I think it is absolutely the enemy of our happiness. So for that reason and purpose, I think that we need to get rid of this insatiable desire to be liked and to be approved by the people. It's impossible to please everyone. It's impossible indeed to please everyone. Some people will dislike you no matter what. Yes, indeed, some of the people will dislike me no matter what I'm doing, while another some of the people, they will dislike you no matter what you are doing. So for that reason, I think we shouldn't be thinking about what the other people people are, if at all they are approving us or they don't approve us. And your worth is not tied to what others think of you. My worth is not tied to what others think of me. Your worth is not tied to what others think of you. So I think that focus we need to focus more on our own happiness. We need to focus more on our own happiness, and much lesser than what other people are thinking of us, what other if the other people are pleased or not. I think that we need to stop being a people pleaser. It does not mean that we are going to hurt other people, we are going to do the bad things about other people. Not at all. If at all we have got the freedom, they people have the rights as well. They people have got the freedom as well. We have absolutely no right to hurt the other people. My rights and my right, whatever legally I have been enshrined upon, whatever the law of a country, whatever the law of the human rights does allow me, I think I have every right to do that, and so does everyone else. So that was the number one thing, that we do have to stop people pleasing, because people pleasing is a curse. As long as we are seeking the approval, the likes of the other people, we will never ever be a happy person at all. So the number two thing, that is learn to say no. Learning to say no, I think it is extremely important, because we are being manipulated upon, we are being exploited. Some of the people, they are the exploiters, they are the manipulators. What these people are trying to do, that they are, if at all we are we are taking care of them, if at all we are quite courteous toward them, if at all we are complying their instructions, if at all we are doing what they want us to do. And this will, every time somebody asks for a favor, somebody is asking something from us, we need to think for a while whether it is okay for me or not okay for me. If it is okay for me, if it is not bad for me, okay, I'm ready to do a bit of favor to another person. But if at all it is quite counterproductive to me, if at all it hurts me, if at all it does not go into my benefit, if at all it is negative, it is posing the negative impact upon my life, so I have every right to say no. Learn to say no. And the third thing is embrace imperfection. We are not a perfect person at all. Nobody on earth is a perfect person. So why try to become one? But at least there is one thing which I always advocate, and that is that we need to improve. We need to constantly, we need to make it a target that I shall keep improving gradually. I shall keep improving gradually. I need to improve. But as for being perfect is concerned, perfection does not exist. Excuse me. Perfection does not exist anywhere else at all. Perfection absolutely is not there. So we don't need to be perfect at all. So, my dear friends and fellows, so trying to become a perfect person, calling ourselves no one earth is a perfect, no one else is a perfect person. If at all somebody is putting their picture of beautiful, wearing beautiful dresses with a heavy makeup on the social media platforms, on the social media platforms, on the Instagram, etc. So it does not mean, dear friend, that we people that they people are perfect. No one else is perfect person at all. No one else is a perfect person at all, and never try to be one. So the third, we need to embrace it. We need to accept the imperfection. We need to embrace the imperfection. And the fourth is practice mindfulness. We do need to practice the mindfulness. What is meant by this being mindful person? I think that our past, we need to learn something from the past experiences, from the past mistakes, but we don't need to live in the past at all. In the same manner, the future with the time which is yet to arrive, I think that we can plan for that, we can prepare a bit for that, but still we need to focus on the present. And what is meant by the mindfulness, the mindfulness mean that a state of mind achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. So as a therapeutic technique, I think that we need to practice the mindfulness. It is really really important to be a mindful person, to practice the mindfulness, and it will make the unhappiness run away from here. And now the next is the fifth is prioritize self care. Self care should be done. And self care, if at all we are not taking care of ourselves, who else is going to do that? After all, we are not a very resourceful people. We, most of us are not a very resourceful people. We don't have many of the employees to take care of us. We do need to take care of us. And even those people who do have many of the employees, if at all they stop caring about themselves, what is going to happen? Their life will be ruined. So if at all we want to become a happy person, we do have to take care of ourselves. And not only that, we do have to take care of ourselves, rather we have to prioritize it. We do have to put it amongst the priorities, that I do have to take care of myself. I do have to provide myself with a sound sleep of 7 to 9 hours. I need to drink plenty of clean water. I need to provide myself with the proper nutrition. And then after that comes the shelter. Then after that comes the dresses, etc. And still the other thing. But primarily, I think that we need to provide ourselves with the very basic of the needs. It is the proper sleep. It is the proper hydration. It is the proper nutrition and certain other things as well. Dear friends, we do have to prioritize our self care. Now, the sixth is forgive and let it go. For as for the smaller things are concerned, I have read it and I repeat it quite often as an affirmation that don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Let it go. Let it go. We need to let it go and we need to forgive. If at all it is not such a big thing, I think we should learn to forgive it, because unless and until we don't forgive it, it remains a kind of burden upon my mind, upon your mind. So we need to get rid of it, that burden. So my dear friends and fellows, I think that stop doing all that. you know it is the forgive and let it go. And the seventh is accept change. Accepting the change. Why? Because the only thing which is permanent here in this world, that is change. If we don't accept the change, if at all we are fighting with the change, I think we are simply destroying ourselves, because no one else on earth can successfully fight the change. We need to adopt it. We need to accept it, because whether we accept it or not, the change will occur, the change will take place. The only thing which is permanent here in this world, that is change. In the change, there are certain new challenges, there are certain new obstacles and difficulties. We need to learn to manage it. We need to understand it. We need to identify these things. We need to prepare. We need to overcome. We need to overcome. And by doing that, we will be enhancing our self confidence, which is something extremely important, extremely precious. And then we must not forget that if at all there are certain obstacles and difficulties in the changed scenario, there are certain new opportunities as well. So we need to find out, we need to identify, we need to explore and identify the opportunities, and then we need to avail that. So dear friend, do not fight the change, rather accept the change. Now the eighth is create a positive environment. We do need to create a positive environment. What is meant by it? That we need to declutter our workplace. We do need to declutter and organize our residence. And then of course we need to arrange everything else. We need to arrange everything else in a proper manner. We need to get closer to the positive people, and we need to avoid the toxic people. So dear friend and fellows, I think that we need to We need to create a positive environment. And now the ninth and the last is believe in yourself. We need to believe in ourselves. What is meant by believing in ourselves? It is trust your own instinct. We do need to trust our own instincts. We need to value our abilities. We need to trust our own instincts on the one hand. We need to value our abilities on the other hand. Knowing your worth. Knowing our worth is important. Don't be swayed don't be swayed away by the opinions and judgments of others. Don't be swayed away by the opinions and the judgments of other people. Instead, we need to believe in yourself. Instead, we need to trust our instinct. Instead, we need to value our abilities. Instead, we need to know our worth. And believing in yourself is not, it does not mean that we become arrogant. We don't need not to become an arrogant person at all. And we need not to dismiss the feedback of other people. Neither we need to become an arrogant person, nor we need to dismiss the feedback of other people. Rather, we need to become polite instead of being arrogant. And we need to become polite on the one hand, and we need to learn, we need to accept the feedback of other people. And there will be, then we need to ponder upon it for a while. What are the good things? What if at all there are certain good things upon which which I can learn and which I can benefit from? So my dear friend, so that is believing in yourself. It's about having confidence in your abilities and being comfortable with who you are. Believing in ourselves also mean it's about having confidence in your abilities and being comfortable with who you are. So that is all about, dear friends and fellows, this is all about the art of happiness, being happy. There are nine very important things which can make us a happy person. We need to become a happy person. This is actually the art of not caring, the art of not caring, and the nine things which can keep us, which can make us a happy person. Dear friends and fellows, thank you very much for being with me, and I try my level best to provide you with as good a substance as it is possible for me. Seek permission. Allah Hafizo Nasir.